Hi and welcome back to 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏. We are going to be taking a look at a slightly different kind of video today. We have the KCGI competition that has started, and so I kind of want to document a little bit of the journey of the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 team with the things that we're going to be getting up to. So that's what this video is going to be. I'm going to see if there's any trading opportunities. I've kind of got an idea of what I'm looking for. So I have an idea of something that we might be able to do a trade on this video. So we'll do that hopefully. And we'll take a look at kind of what's going on with the team and where their current position is and all that kind of stuff. I'll try to do this as frequently as I can to keep everyone up to speed with how we're doing in this competition. So as I get into it, if you find it useful and informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not subscribe? Stay up to date with all the videos that we do here at 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏. Don't forget to join us down in the Discord server as well. It's a centralized hub of everything that we do 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏. Right. Let's go ahead and jump down into the desktop here. And I wonder if this button will work. We'll give it a go. We'll see. Yeah, there we go. So we get a mixture of both worlds here. So 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, for those who do not know, are running the KCGI 2022 Football Edition. Basically, it's a trading competition all around the World Cup and all that kind of wonderful stuff. So if you're not already using 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, check out the link in the description down below. Do sign up. There's some fantastic rewards available for new signups of 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏, up to $8,000 depending on your kind of sign up amount that you're willing to kind of deposit on there, and various other kind of tasks to kind of do. So check it out, link in the description below. So obviously this is a 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 competition, so we're going to be using 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 for this entire competition and basically using that as our trading platform to see how well we do. So let's go ahead and move on over into here, right? So basically we're going into the dashboard here. If I just come over to the dashboard, you can kind of see that we've got a team here, the CC team. There's 15 members here and we're currently ranked 99. We're not doing overly well at the moment, but we have only just started here, down $2,400 at the moment. So yeah, we'll see how that kind of goes. We'll get into the swing of this thing and see how kind of things go. Now, as you can kind of see, we've started the competition. So we've got a fair amount of work to do. We've got until this group stage right here, from today all the way through until the 3rd of December. That's going to be the group stage. So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment. Top 16 teams will of accumulated overall returns of investment, ROI, will share a prize pool of 20 Bitcoin. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing here. That's kind of what we're looking for. So let's see what else is going on. We've obviously got the teams and things like that, the invitations, the individual rewards, lucky draws, and things like that. Don't think there's anything else worth kind of taking a look at right in here at the moment. So let's go ahead and jump down into the charts. And this, let me just clear that out. We don't need that. This is what I'm looking at. This is my opportunity, I think, that we have to kind of get a bit of a head start on this competition just a little bit. Okay, so I'm using TradingView here. Link for that is in the description below if you haven't already got a TradingView account. And I'm looking at here is basically 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗏 paired up with USDT. It's on the 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏 pair and on the contract, so we get a good idea. Now I'm using smart money concepts on this one. I did a whole kind of tutorial on this a little while back, so do check that out on the video. I'm not going to go through the ins and the outs of exactly what's going on in this particular video, but you kind of see the idea if you watch that video back of what the strategy is. Now, essentially, I'm using this in combination with Elliott wave theory. So here on 𝗕𝗏𝗪𝗏, for example, I can see some pretty cool opportunities, specifically within the structure that's come down here, this bounce up, and this potential move to the downside. And right in here, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, we've got a potential move to come back up, retesting this break of structure, and I think that is going to be where I want to kind of get my position laddered into. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking, and that is kind of where hopefully in the next hour or so will hopefully trigger a good move down. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to make a couple of assumptions here. I'm going to try to make this as best I can. So I want to be as conservative as I possibly can whilst maximizing some kind of returns. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're making money in this particular scenario. Okay, so I'm thinking this actually seems like a pretty reasonable area. I'm just going to take this low point right in here. Let me grab hold of this actually 1 second, and I'll drop that right in. I'm going to be conservative. I'll let that come down a fraction more, and then I'll also yeah, if this one changes, that could be interesting. So I'm going to do that as well and see if that works. And I'm going to go in ahead and also just drop in down here where I would like to keep my TP. Okay, cool. So I'm thinking, I'm going to short the market, I think, here. I'll take this in, and I think we're going to go here with a stop loss above this area and a take profit down here. That would be 1.96. Not too bad for the risk to reward ratio. Okay, so let's come back over to BitGet, and what we'll do is we'll go into the futures, US DTM futures, and we'll go ahead and find what we're looking for here. So we're just going to come into Matic. He says, so I can type it in there, Matic. There we go. We're going to go into Matic. Right. Don't really care about the charts so much here, but what we do want to do is want to do a couple of things. We want to make sure it's unisolated. Don't want to be doing cross. And 20x is far too much. I'm going to go reasonably high here with 10x. If you're new to this kind of thing, you don't want to be doing as much as that personally. I think if you're going to use leverage, you want to keep it as low as possible. Okay, we're going to go limit, yes. And I'm going to come back to my chart here. So I'm looking at 82.31 as my entry. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to go with a 50% of my bag, which is only $300, which is the minimum amount required to start this competition. And what did I say that was? 82.31. So I'm going to go in at 0.8231 as my entry point with 50%. I'll make sure it's 50% right there. And I am going to put in a take profit as well. And that's going to be down here at 76.51. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, 0.7651. Pretty certain that's what it was. Bad when it comes to remembering numbers on a screen like that. And my stop loss, I want it to be above this area here, this break of structure up here. So I'm going to put this stop loss in. And I'm going to put it in at the 85.27 level. So I'm going to go ahead and put 0.8527 and I am going to go short. And there we go. We'll confirm that in. So there we go. So now that's all in. We have an open order here. You can kind of see it just in here. It's a 10x leverage position, shorting the market on Polygon Matic when it comes up into that level, which I think has a pretty good strong chance. So let me go ahead and explain this a little bit more detail on the charts. Let me just go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so you get a good idea as to kind of what is going on. So essentially what I'm looking at here when it comes to Polygon's Matic, I'm going to get rid of a couple of things because I don't need too much information on this chart, right? So you can see my short position in here. What I'm going to do is I'm also just going to lock that in so I don't move it or lose it or anything like that. So basically, I've been looking at this chart and I was thinking to myself, we've got an interesting kind of structure over this side. So we obviously have the break of structure here. This is the big one. This is the one I missed. This would have been a fantastic opportunity to take advantage of. But retesting this area and getting rejected, I think we have a strong possibility on. Now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, well, over this side here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? We can see that right in there. And then I can also see that we've got a slightly bigger version just happening down here. And I think that we're going to come down into this lower range. Okay. And then I think from here, there's going to be a slightly bigger bounce to the upside. Follow this up by another 5-wave drop to the downside after. Okay, so I'm thinking this is the first kind of scenario, and what I'm thinking is all of this is a kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like so. Okay, so that's kind of where my mind is at. Now, obviously, we have the smart money concepts. This is just to help enhance some of these wave counts and what's going on, because we can kind of see that we have break of structures and it's pretty much bearish. We also have the EMA on here as well. We can see that one right in here. Okay, so when we're below this EMA, I only really want to be taking short positions as well, and we can kind of see that in here. So we're below, we've got the kind of structure coming down here, and I'm looking at this thinking that we've got that potential move. Now, if I do go ahead and take this low point and this high point with our fibs, we move this over to the bounce just over here. We can see that it would potentially just be a zigzag pattern unless we come down lower than 74 cent. Okay, so there's also possibilities that we don't get that full play out. So I'm looking at this as a potential entry point, looking to just kind of take a small amount of profit here. Now, with that being said, we're also overbought on our 1-hour chart. Okay, so we want to be aware that there's still potential to the downside here, and you know, it could just be a quick correction and we could be done. Okay, it could be obviously something that takes takes a longer time period as well. I am aware that we're fully overbought on the 1 hour, but also oversold on some of these others. So there's a lot of potential to the upside. So I do want to be a little bit cautious here whilst I make these kind of assumptions that we're going to be making these moves to the downside. So having a stop loss on this is absolutely critical, but that's kind of where I think we are likely to go. So this is going to be the first trade on the competition that from my account anyway, and we'll see how that kind of goes. It looks like we're probably about to enter into it if we can just push up a little bit more here. So one to keep a close eye on. I'll see if we can stay live a little bit longer here. It might just have to close it off a little bit sooner, but for the most part, things are looking pretty reasonable. Now, if I come back to the competition side of things, as I said, right, we're ranked 99 at the moment. Now, if I come over to the home screen here, it's only the top 16 teams that can basically progress on. So we've kind of got a lot of ground to cover here. I don't want to get knocked out too soon. We're actually now ranked 100. And so I don't want to get knocked out too soon. I do want to kind of get some ground made up. I want to get us into the top 16 if we can. It's a long shot. There's only 15 of us, but if we can make some pretty good moves here, then we might stand a chance of maybe coming 16th. But obviously, I'm going to be going through these videos as frequently as I can. So kind of, we'll do it together. We'll do it as a bit of a team, as a community, and see how we kind of progress on. Will Cheeky Crypto get into the top 16, or will we get knocked out of the competition by the beginning of December? It's going to be one of those to kind of keep an eye on. So if you have found this kind of content useful, informative, maybe even entertaining, then let me know down in the comments below. Do hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and join us down in the Discord server. And with all that said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.